Welcome back to JTTV. I'm Turner.
I'm Josh.
This week we'll be covering our predictions for the Super Bowl.
First of all, though, it's currently January 29th, 2020. And a few days ago, the sports world took a huge loss. Five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant, the Los Angeles Lakers, died in a tragic helicopter crash. And shocked the sports world, so a quick moment of silence. Such a defining person in American sports and an impact to the world, impacted millions. It's worth a whole episode. We could talk about him all day. But unfortunately, this episode is about the Super Bowl. And upcoming this weekend, we have the Kansas City Chiefs facing the San Francisco 49ers.
Former Ocean Lakes alumni Derek Noddy starting for the Kansas City Chiefs, number 91 on the defensive line. First Ocean Lakes alumni to be in a Super Bowl. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's pretty exciting. I'm rooting for the Chiefs a little bit more because of him, obviously. It's cool to see him live out his dream like that. I mean, I support him, obviously. It's nice to see him and hear what he has to say when he comes back. But in terms of who I root for, the Chiefs, I want the Chiefs to win because I want Andy Reid to get a Super Bowl. Andy Reid is one of the most underrated coaches in the NFL. In terms of his offense, he is one of the most, I don't even know. His offense never stays the same. It's so hard to predict, and it's so good at what it does, but he somehow, at this point, has not been able to win a Super Bowl. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you got Kyle Shanahan, who's the promising young coach who is one of the best, arguably the best coach in the league. And he's a young guy. I think Andy Reid deserves it. So I've been rooting for the Chiefs. Derek Noddy. I like Pat Mahomes, too.
I think these are just two very, very elite offenses. On one side of the ball with the Kansas City Chiefs, you have Patrick Mahomes, last year's league MVP, and he can put on a show. And in the conference championship or divisional round, he led his team for 7 straight touchdown drives. That is unprecedented. Andy Reid puts in a great scheme, a great plan, and he just goes out there and executes and makes plays.
Yeah.
Such a young, promising athlete. So good at what he does.
Well, you say that the offenses are so great. Kansas City's offense is amazing, and San Francisco's has been dominant. But San Francisco's team, their defense is there.
Yeah, it's more well-rounded with Joey Bosa, that whole D-line. Oh, Nick Bosa. His brother. One of the 3 Bosa brothers in the NFL is playing in the Super Bowl.
Well, their offense is good, and I hate that people try to take away from Jimmy Garoppolo, say, oh, he only threw 8 passes in the conference championship. If you're running the ball every play and you're getting first downs, and they were absolutely working the Packers. It was bad.
Raheem Mostert, what, did he run for 200-plus yards?
Yeah, there's no reason to throw it. So I don't like that in the sense that people say Jimmy Garoppolo, you can take away from him because of he didn't do it. Because when he had to, he did. He was, 6 for 8 or whatever. But he has the highest quarterback rating of any quarterback in the fourth quarter. So he's there when you need him. And if you're succeeding at something, you do it, whether it's Madden or the NFL or high school. If something is working, you don't stop doing it. And that just shows, in my opinion, that he's selfless. Their offense is good. It's great. They had a good run game. Their defense is going to be the matchup against Pat Mahomes.
So we've been talking about this defensive line for the 49ers. But their secondary, Richard Sherman, lockdown, best zone corner in the entire NFL.
Yes.
And he worked so hard to recover from that Achilles injury just a few years ago. He got picked up by the Niners. They had a heck of a season, and now he is back in the Super Bowl trying to compete for his second Super Bowl ring.
Yes, their secondary is
decent,
one of the best in the league. And I would say they're one of the best. But this game is going to come down to San Francisco's D-line. Pat Mahomes is a quarterback that you stop the play call. You stop Andy Reid's play. But that is just half of it. Pat Mahomes will make a play out of any busted play. Pat Mahomes will scramble. He'll get out of any situation and shock you. He can make any throw. And then he's got Tyreek Hill and other guys, mainly Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Robinson. He's got guys that will go get it, and he'll put it there.
Pat Mahomes has weapons, and he can put an accurate pass anywhere on the field, no matter where he is in the pocket.
And that's why I say
it does not matter. He can put the ball anywhere.
Well, that's why I say that the secondary is
I mean, this game is going to come down to whether or not the 49ers defensive line can keep him in the pocket. I mean, plain and simple, if once Pat Mahomes gets – and he showed the wheels last week against Tennessee, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. He showed that he can do stuff out of the pocket. If they keep him in the pocket, their secondary is good enough to cover. But once he starts making Pat Mahomes plays, that's when it's over.
Yeah, once the play gets to reach 3, 4, 5 seconds, that is when he plays his best football. He will make a play out of nothing. He can run the ball. He can throw short passes. He can throw long, accurate passes, and it'll be completions because of his offensive weapons.
Pat Mahomes is like that.
Patrick Mahomes is like that.
As a Redskins fan, I'd be willing to give up 5 first-round picks to have Pat Mahomes. 24 years old. Yeah, Pat Mahomes is the future of the NFL.
Yeah, he is one of the faces in the NFL.
He's the face.
I would say the 2 best tight ends in the NFL
are
facing off this week.
You would say you've got the 2 best tight ends.
George Kittle and Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce makes the catches, gets open. George Kittle's the full package.
George Kittle, he can block, he can run routes.
George Kittle blocks like a guard. Like, he's a monster. And then he's running down the field still. George Kittle is the full package.
Yeah, he can block on the line. He can block downfield. And I bet it doesn't hurt to have to practice against that D-line when you're learning how to block. I mean, that just puts – when it comes to game time, he's had all the reps, all that matters throughout the week at practice, and he can go out and execute. And he is also a young, promising guy. Like, this whole 49ers team is very young. Veteran led by Richard Sherman, but I would say that is one of their only veterans. Whereas you go to the Kansas City Chiefs, Kelsey's been in the league 7, 8 years. You got a couple veterans on the other side of the ball with Tyrann Mathieu.
I mean, it's 2 somewhat young teams. Jimmy Garoppolo is not exactly young. He's been to plenty of postseason games. This is obviously his first time running the show. We're gonna learn a lot about Jimmy Garoppolo, I think.
And I think Jimmy Garoppolo can get the job done, especially with Shanahan coaching, coming up with an excellent game plan.
Are you saying you're taking the Chiefs or the 49ers?
I think it's going to have kind of be like last year's Super Bowl, where it's kind of a chess match between the 2 coaches, kind of a defensive game, but it's ironic because it's coming from the league's 2 best offenses.
I think this game will be a good scoring game. This is not going to be like last year. Pat Mahomes is going to show up. Andy Reid is going to show up. Andy Reid has not won a Super Bowl. The man is a beast. He has consistently put up playoff teams, consistently succeeded. He deserves it. He's going to come, and he's going to come, and he's going to – I mean, I don't even know, man. Andy Reid, he just deserves it. That's the only thing I can say about that. He's going to come and show up. It's going to be the Chiefs 24-21. It's going to be a close game.
I'm really rooting for the Chiefs on this one, but I think the young talent with the Niners, that defense, Jimmy Garoppolo, and those 3 excellent running backs that they have, I think they're going to take this one. But I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think these defenses are going to show out. I'm taking Niners 14-17.
14-17.
Low-scoring game. I think it's going to be excellent game plans from both coaches, both the D coordinators. I think it's going to be low-scoring, kind of like last year. But
will Dinati sack Jimmy G?
I really hope so. The entire city of Virginia Beach will go crazy in that one instant.
That would be something to see. I would love to see Dinati get a sack or a tackle for loss. Oh, I'm sure he'll be involved in some tackles, but if he sacks Jimmy G,
it's going crazy. The whole city, man.
I'm going to be very excited. And yeah, that's basically all. Again, Kobe Bryant.
Tragic passing.
Not much to say.
Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, along with the other passengers, 9 in total, on that helicopter, is just tragic. Horrible, horrible way for such a great guy. One of the best to ever play the game.
Nothing has been more universally inspiring in the world of sports than the Mamba mentality. So, something that will be held on for a long time and never forgotten. And lots of our current athletes definitely have looked up to him all the way up, and I know I have.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening.
Go make sure to check out our other podcasts and stories on the OLHS Current.org.